Hi and welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Sandy and today we are going to be finally talking about Kingdom Legendary War episode 4. Alright, I know I'm always late for these things. Yeah, I'm so sorry guys. Some news, I got a haircut. Yeah, my hair before this was to my butt, but I decided to just cut it because summer is coming and it's too much to handle in the summer. So I was just like, let me just cut it. And yeah, I haven't had short hair in a long time, so I hope you guys like it with me because I actually really like it. And then also I got a new car. Yay! So if you don't follow me on Instagram, you should, because I posted on there that I got a new car. And so that was happening this past weekend. And then also I went to a wedding ceremony, and so a lot of stuff happened this past weekend, so I haven't been up to date with my videos. But don't worry, I'm back and I'm ready to talk about Kingdom. So without further ado, let's get into it. Alright, like always, I have my handy dandy notes and let's just get right into it. Episode 4 of Kingdom Legendary War. Right, let's start us off with the celebration of course, AT's well-deserved win from round 1. And then it goes into showing each team individually, talking about round 1 and kind of how they did and what they could do better and things like that. And then each team was able to read their reviews from the expert evaluators. Again, we don't know who the expert evaluators are, but yeah, they were able to read that and they all figured out what they needed to work on for the next round. And then next scene, bam, into D-Day, which is round 2. And I just wanted to address the elephant in the room. Yes, I do notice that only Changmin from DBSK was there, and I do know about that whole news, but that's another topic for another video, so we'll talk about that in another video. But yes, so we move on to D-Day. And so now we are gonna jump right into who picked, which group picked what group to kind of do a cover of their song to. So of course AT's, this is kind of going back to round 1. AT's is gonna get to pick first, and they chose Icon. And of course I kind of knew that because in the last episode, in the last video, I said that I kind of saw the thumbnail of, who was it, Icon doing Inception by AT's, so I kind of knew that they were gonna pick Icon. But of course, I didn't see any of the performances until I watched episode 4, so don't worry about that. Everything that I watched during episode 4 was my first impressions, first everything. Alright, so, and then next, Stray Kids, of course they got second and they got to choose who they wanted to do. And I really loved how all of them were just kind of B2B, we're gonna do B2B. And so yep, they chose B2B. And then that means that the boys and SF9 are paired up with each other, which I thought was also really good, because that means that 3 of the older groups got to kind of pair up with 3 of the younger groups. So I thought that was really nice. Alright, so first we have SF9, and yeah, I really like that how they were able to go first this time, because if you guys saw episode 3, they went last, and they were so nervous to go because they were able to watch all the other groups go before them. So for them to kind of go from last to first, I mean, of course they were nervous too, but row 1 was yes, I'd rather go first than go last. So I was just I think that put most of the pressure off of them because they were able to go first. Alright, and they chose to do the Stealer And I find it funny how they are a group with like the most actors, but they didn't know how to like act in a way. But then I get it, like a lot of them never acted like, you know, like a gang member or like a bad guy before, you know. I mean, like Chunny had serious roles, but then like it was never like a bad guy role. So they had help from the actor Chung Seung-hwa, and I've only seen him act in one drama, and I can't remember what that drama is. But before this, I didn't really know much about Chung Seung-hwa, but yeah, I just remember him from one drama, and I can't remember. But I know that he's really big into like musicals as well, and so yeah, really appreciated that he came and helped. And you know, In-sung used his networking skills and got him to be there, and seems like he's a very well respected actor, so I'm glad that they got help with that. And they were really able to get a feel of what they were envisioning on doing or acting like on stage. So really glad that Chung Seung-hwa was able to help them with that. And then I want to give like props to Jae-yoon and Zuho for going to like the action school and doing the action scenes. Like honestly, like Jae-yoon, he had the whole jump in round 1, and now he's like, you know, going even further and doing the action scenes, which that still really proves to me that he is really determined to win on the Kingdom stage. And again, I really admire Jae-yoon for that, and again, props to Zuho too. And then you know, we also got to see kind of behind the stage, like when they practice, and like how like nervous everybody was. And we got to see Taeyang, like how he, like, you know, handled everyone and how he positioned everything and how he wanted it to be perfect. And Youngbin, you know, talked really highly of Taeyang, and he was just like, you know, Taeyang is the real leader of SF9 in Kingdom. And you know, coming from Youngbin, who is the leader of SF9, like I felt like that was just so amazing to see that, you know, he acknowledged all the hard work that Taeyang had did for SF9 during that stage. And of course, I'm pretty sure during like all stages, because I feel like he is like the performance leader or like the stage leader. And yeah, it was just like, it made my heart warm to hear Youngbin talk about Taeyang like that, you know. And then yeah, also like In-sung, he was like so nervous, and also everybody was kind of nervous because they just wanted to be ranked higher. And you know, I was kind of nervous for them too, because you know, they were last, and you know, they could only go up from here. So I was kind of, you know, from the last performance, I did say like it didn't meet my expectations, but I wasn't gonna lose hope. But y'all, like, they were nervous for no reason. Oh my goodness, it was so freaking sexy, y'all. Like their performance of The Stealer by the boys, like they did this song Proud, and like the boys loved it. They were going crazy, and they were just like, wow, is this really our song? Oh my goodness, oh my goodness. Like I cannot even, like Dawon and Jae-yoon with their unbuttoned shirts, I lost it. I was just like, oh my goodness. Like my eyes were glued to the screen. I just couldn't help myself. And then just the low deep voices of Chani and Hui Young, like their parts just, woo, you know, I find low voices so attractive, you know, wait until like Felix's, you know, performance. But still, Chani and Hui Young, they, you know, Hui Young's my bias, y'all know that, but just thinking about it now, love it. And then I want to give an extra special shout out to the rap team in this one. Like, I think Zuho did an amazing job, and then Youngbin also did an amazing job. I feel like their rap part, it was very like, I was able to remember it, so it was very memorable. So, and then like the first person view of Zuho's part, it was really cool. I really liked it. And then of course I gotta mention my boy, my main vocal, In-sung, giving us those vocals. Y'all know, we know that he hit those notes for us, and you know, it was so good, so good. Like, I squeal at good vocals. I love like just when guys sing, and you know, when Jungho from ATEEZ hit that high note in round 1, I screamed, and I screamed for In-sung too. So shout out to In-sung. And then yeah, y'all, like, just this SF9 performance, I was waiting for it. I was waiting for it. Like, all the action scene was exciting, and it was executed so perfectly. Like, I had too many favorite scenes, like way too many. Like, if I had to pick one of my favorite scenes, I think it would definitely have to be when they were all grinding on the floor. Like, let me just get it out. When they were all grinding on the floor. Yeah, that was my favorite. Like, that was my favorite scene. Yeah, my mouth literally like dropped, and I was just like, what? I was just like, oh my god, like, what? I couldn't, like, I'm just so proud of SF9, because if you guys know, you guys will know that, like, if you guys watched my past episodes, you know that I was just saying that I wanted a breakout performance from SF9, and I know that they could do so much more, and this was it. This went above my expectations. It was exactly what I was asking for. Like, they just kind of like hit it out of the park, and I'm just so happy. Like, overall, it was such a perfect and sexy performance. Again, sexy as heck performance. Like, just well done, SF9. Like, well freaking done. Like, mwah, chef's kiss, well done. Alright, next performance we have the boys, and of course SF9 and the boys are doing each other's song, so they're gonna go back to back. And I love how they said that when they were trainees that they practiced these SF9 songs, and like they tried to do like the windmill dance that SF9 did, and it was just a fun and cute moment to see from them. Like, I felt like the boys, sometimes they're like very serious about like their performances and like what they want to do, and sometimes we just forget that some of them are just teenagers and some of them just want to have fun. So it was really nice to see that they were just kind of like going down their memory lane and kind of just having fun with it and like trying to pick a song. And yeah, I loved how during like when they failed at doing the windmill, like he like ran away from all the other ones because he was like embarrassed. He was just like, oh my god, like, I can't. You know, it was just so cute. And then like you know, I feel like they put a lot of pressure on themselves because they did win Road to Kingdom, and like a lot of their fans are kind of like, you know, they have high hopes for them, and so honestly, I feel like they're the team that puts the most pressure on themselves, if you guys know what I mean. And so I just really wish that, you know, they would just, again, like, have fun with it, you know, be happy that they've come this far, and that, you know, it's only round 2 and, you know, they can work their way up. So I just really hope that they can make, you know, Kingdom as memorable as they did with Road to Kingdom. But yeah, we got to see a mini Road to Kingdom reunion. It was so nice to see us there, very and on and off. I mean, of course it would have been perfect if, you know, Golden Child came too, but we got to see Bowman in the last episode, so it's okay. But yeah, no, it was really nice to see us very and on and off, and like just how they're still in contact with each other after Road to Kingdom, and just, you know, how they interact with each other, and it was just so nice. And again, you know, I love the bromance of like idol groups. I love seeing the friendship of each different idol groups within each other. I just love when idols are friends with idols. Like, you know, they don't have to always just be in their own group. They can, like, you know, venture out and be friends with others, you know, and we've seen so many of that already during Kingdom, so I'm just really happy with that. And, you know, the other groups, they gave them advice, and they were just like, you know, you guys really shined when you guys tried something new. Maybe this time, you know, keep doing it, like keep trying something new. And they were like, I think the, like, of course, like the boys were really like happy, and they felt reassured by the other groups, like, thank you guys so much, like this really helped us, and, you know, we'll keep going and we'll keep doing the boys. And I was like, yes, like they really needed that reunion, mini reunion, and it was really nice to see. And now for their performance, they chose O Sole Mio, and if you guys seen my reaction to SF9's O Sole Mio, you guys would know that I have a really strong love for Latin music, Latin pop, reggaeton. I love that music style, and so when I heard O Sole Mio, I fell in love with that song, and that is one of my favorite SF9 songs. So I was so happy that they chose O Sole Mio. Like the boys definitely like changed the song from more of like a, what is it, like a Latin pop style to like a, like one of the SF9 members said, like to a tango feel, you know. So I still really liked it, you know. I love that they challenged themselves and tried something new, and I honestly loved all the shots that was in like the giant bird cage when Juyeon was dancing with that girl in the bird cage. That was amazing. Like I just thought that was so cool. Like again, who thinks of that? Who, like, yeah. I also loved all like the special effects, and like a very special shout out to New for hitting all those high notes as well. I heard those high notes, New. I heard, and like their dance of course was sharp and synchronized. Like all of the groups mentioned it, like they were like, wow, like they're so in sync with each other. Yeah. And like going back to like the graphics and special effects and everything, you know, I think they used the stage very well, and I think that they utilized like what they had, and like the special effects on like the wall, on the ground, everything, it came like together really perfectly. My favorite part would definitely be like towards the ending, when like they all held like bow and arrows, and they all shot the arrow into like the sun. And yeah, it was like, of course it was like an eclipse, and like I just thought that was so clever, and like overall I just thought it was a great performance. And you know, like after the whole performance, when Sangyeon was just like why didn't it light up, like, you know, when the what is it, it was like the stick that he was holding, I don't remember the term for it, but the stick that he was holding, like he was trying to light it on fire, and it didn't light on fire. Like again, like I didn't see that he made a mistake, you know. I was enjoying the performance so much, so you know, if he didn't say anything, I would have never even noticed that there was a mistake. And like, again, they played it off so well, and they continue with the performance like professionals, even though of course they made a mistake. But you know, like, if they never shared that, I would have never known. So again, overall, amazing job. The boys, you guys did amazing job. Alright, so next to go is Icon, and I am so glad like that they showed all the cute interactions that they had with ATEEZ in the last episode, because like you can tell that like ATEEZ was just like talking to Icon, and they were just like, oh my gosh, like we're talking to Icon, oh my gosh, I can't believe we're sitting right next to them and they're talking to us. Like they were just like so hard eyes for them. And then you can definitely see that Icon was just kind of like, you know, being the Sunbeams, and they were just kind of like, we really like you guys, we like your music, yeah, you guys are gonna make it, you guys are doing good and stuff. Like both of them were just admiring each other. I really love that, to see those interactions, and I'm so glad that they, you know, included that in this episode. And like when Icon was choosing songs, of course I knew they were gonna choose Inception, but like still, like just the thought of like what they were gonna to choose, because they were all like, man, like they have so many good songs. Yes, ATEEZ has a lot of good songs, but of course they chose Inception, and I was very excited to see how they were going to, you know, make it more of an Icon style song or feel, you know, because, you know, I love the original song. Like Inception has a very special place in my heart, because that was the first song I heard from ATEEZ. So, you know, I love the original song. So I was just very curious on how Icon was going to, like, you know, change it or remix it, do what they gotta do, you know. And of course, y'all, of course, they freaking killed it. Like, killed it. Oh my goodness. Like, oh, this is like my favorite Icon performance, like ever as of right now. Like, I just thought that they made it into an Icon song like so freaking well, like from like the little like beats and everything that they added into it, and it was just like the song was basically, you know, Icon. And like, I don't know, it was so weird because it was still Inception by ATEEZ, but remixed it into like Icon feel. Like, I don't know, I'm still amazed at how, you know, other groups can make another group's song into their song, and it amazes me. Like, you know, they work really hard on making sure that they, you know, have their own unique flavor into the song. And I just the thought process behind it, and just, you know, how they executed it, so freaking perfect. Yeah, like I wrote down, like, from the stage, props, choreography, everything, it was just so nice. It came together perfectly. Like, from start to finish, I was drawn in. Like, throughout the whole performance, I was just like, okay, Icon, like, I see you, I see what you did there. And, you know, yeah, like, I loved how they had a storyline, a theme, a very clear theme, and like everybody, all the other groups saw the theme clearly as well. And, you know, came my favorite part. Oh my goodness, my favorite part was when, like, they slowed it down, like the slow motion part, and like, oh my god, they literally like killed it. Like, they, like, if they were having like a rap battle or something, that was like the mic drop, and it was just like game over. Like, woo, like that little slow motion part with DK in the front, and like it was red, and all the dancers were there too. Oh, they moved so in sync. Oh, it was so good. Like, it was so good. I was just like my jaw dropped during that part too. I was just like, oh my god. I was like, wow. Oh, my favorite part. That was so good. That was so good. But yeah, it was so mesmerizing. I was just kind of like, I want to see it over and over again. Like what? And I did. I kind of like rewind it a couple times because I was just like so like shook. I was shooketh. But yeah, like overall, Icon, amazing performance. Like y'all killed it. Like y'all really did. Oh my goodness. Icon. Alright, so episode 4 ends with 3 out of the 6 performances, just like the round 1. And now we are gonna actually get to the final results of round 1 with the global evaluation. So again, during episode 3, there was the group evaluations where all the groups kind of chose their top 3, and then there was the expert evaluation. So that was kind of like what the final results were for episode 3. But now we're gonna add in the global evaluations, and it changed a lot of stuff, I'll tell you that. Like I was surprised at how much it changed. But like again, I'm going to tell you my final ranking from round 1, and then the final ranking of round 1 with all the evaluations together. And my final ranking again is the same as when the expert evaluation, the group evaluations were together. So again, I'm gonna start from 6th place to 1st place. So my ranking was 6th place was SF9, 5th was Icon, 4th was B2B, 3rd was The Boys, 2nd was Stray Kids, and the 1st was ATEEZ. Now, with the global evaluation votes in and everything, the final ranking for round 1 is 6th place is The Boys, 5th place is ATEEZ, 4th place is B2B, 3rd is Icon, 2nd is SF9, and 1st is Stray Kids. So yeah, a lot really did change, and I was really surprised by it. But I can understand why. So yep, I'm not gonna really talk much more about why I think that the results changed so much, because we kind of all know who has the bigger fan base. But yeah, with that is all that I have for this video. If you enjoyed it, please don't forget to subscribe. And again, if you do not follow me on Instagram, it is in the I'll put it down below, or link it down below. And yeah, I update a lot of things on my Instagram, so yeah, please go follow me there, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.